we need to talk about car shame because it's real out here. So I'm in my classic car, my 20 years young car that never leaves me on the road, just sorting out my phone, and this lady I know was passing and she says, "Oh, Key, I got my daughter's car." I'm minding my business. I'm like, "Oh, okay." She said, yeah, I gave back the lease car. The lease was up and, didn't make sense. I generally work from home, so I've given it back. And I thought, cool. But you know me, I'm a thinker. And it got me to thinking, she must be assuming I'm looking at the vehicle she's going into. She must be assuming I knew the previous vehicle that she'd been driving. And I didn't, because it's of little interest to me. But clearly, she wanted to prepare me for the old vehicle she would be getting into, because I conclude she must be experiencing some sort of car shame. Because this is a massive issue for people, especially when they realize that the lease deal that they're on, when the lease comes to the end, you either have to make the balloon payment or get another one and continuously keep paying out more and more money, plus be controlled by the mileage that's put on the car. And then you have to pay inflated prices should you knock it or whatever. So what I'm kind of concluding is that when people got these lease cars, there's a lot of anxiety that goes with it. You have to be mindful of the miles. You have to be mindful if you get a knock. And also at the end of the lease, if you don't pay, they take it away, or you have to keep paying. Plus, you've paid a deposit for this vehicle. So what am I saying, really? I guess what I'm saying is the car gave validation to the self. I think the individual thought that I may think her status has declined because she's in an older vehicle, and to protect herself from my judgment, she had to tell me the rationality behind driving an older vehicle. And I think this is a bigger issue for a lot of people with lease cars. And once they've really truly crunched the numbers and then see that they have to make this balloon payment or continuously pay, that it doesn't quite make sense. However, the ego is strong. And because the preoccupation of letting go of the status symbol and what people think about you is a concern, it puts them in a double bind. Does this make sense? Anyone else experience car shame? Because one of the things I do is embrace the car shame I had. I make jokes and light, because there's many things I want to do with my finance, and driving a brand new car doesn't really cut it for me. And I'm not attached to people's validation or looking for status symbols. It's just not a part of my repertoire. But I think it is for many. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know I'm not alone. Comments below. Car shame is real.